Welcome back and take a look at this. This is the Aurora Borealis, also known as Northern Lights, putting on a show above Canada. This is a live picture right now. And a little earlier on in the newsroom, Chris showed me it was Austria, I believe, and there was even some yellow in it there too.
Yeah, that is just pure magic. It is absolutely beautiful. And tonight we have a shot to see those lights here. Conditions are looking good for seeing the Aurora Borealis. So let's check in now with our senior meteorologist, Chris Bianchi. Chris, what will we have to do to hopefully have the best shot to see the Northern Lights?
And you're going to hate me for saying this off the top, but there are no guarantees. Right. You need a couple things to go right in order to see the Aurora Borealis here in the mid-latitudes. This far south, you need basically everything to go right, like what happened back in November. But we are talking about the strongest solar radiation storm since 2003. That's why there's a higher probability of seeing those Northern Lights tonight. G4 watch, that's the highest level watch. We have a G4 storm that is ongoing. Best time frame would be between just after sunset, about 5:45, 6 o'clock, until about 10, 11 o'clock tonight. That is subject to change. Again, not exact. Remember, we're dealing with a couple of things going on. A solar storm plus the magnetic field needs to be aligned correctly for it to reach us here in Colorado. We do have clear skies. This, we can tell you definitively, skies, Mother Nature is going to fully cooperate. If we can see the Northern Lights down here into Colorado, there's cloud cover, it will not get in the way. So it is a good opportunity to see those Northern Lights. And here's a little bit of how it works. So the Earth has a magnetic field around it. It is weakest at its poles. So what happens is, and what happened yesterday, was a huge solar storm took place off the sun, what we call a coronal mass ejection, basically big solar storm, and it has to be directed towards Earth. And that's exactly what happened. We found that out this morning, that solar storm was directed at Earth. And the reason why they're the Northern Lights is that the weakest point of the magnetic field is at the poles, and that is where that solar energy moves towards. It moves towards the northern and southern pole. But you also need the magnetic field to be oriented towards the south in order for us to see it here in Colorado. That's the part that's a bit TBD at the moment, and that's something you really don't know until the night of. So those electrons collide with the molecules of the Earth, and that is what leads to what you see there with the Aurora Borealis. Again, here is the definitive part and the reason why also there's a bit of optimism. Clouds will not get in the way of us seeing the solar storms. Tomorrow afternoon, a few clouds around, but we're not worried about that. Tonight, we're talking about that solar storm. So again, get outside between now and about 10 p.m. to potentially see those Northern Lights, get away from the light pollution, get away from cities, and go as far north as possible.
I just learned a lot.
I got some amazing pictures from the roof of the building here.
I remember you posting those.
Just beautiful. I'm hoping for a repeat of that again, but I know.
No guarantees.
No guarantees. And what we saw in November, that was the most amazing solar storm that we've had here in Colorado in decades. So
it was breathtaking. I'd never seen the Northern Lights before.
And I missed it. I was just like on my couch watching, who knows, whatever TV show.
You follow me on social, so you saw it.
I saw your picture.
I hope that show was good, Sam.
I don't even remember what show it was.
Yes, thank you.